There is prize money for some of these battles.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. But is the prize money equal to the time you put in, or really is the prize money just for the sake of props?
Back then, there's definitely not enough to sustain yourself. So that's why a lot of the B-boys kind of go the entertainment route. A lot of the East Coast guys or Texas guys end up relocating to LA because you can't sustain yourself on breaking. It's more possible now with the introduction of bigger sponsors like Red Bull or Monster, things like that. But back then, honestly, it was just kind of extra spending cash, you know? And if you win something really big, then you might win maybe like a few $1,000s, something like that. Right. Like, I think the most I ever won coming up was like maybe $1,000.
Right.
That's why you hear about these events like in Oklahoma or somewhere in like some smaller city that offers big prize. We would just drive out there because we knew that there was a good shot that we were gonna win this battle. So we're just kind of like driving 12 hours to go collect $500 a piece and then coming back. So it's really a pursuit of passion. The whole thing is a pursuit of passion. If you're getting into the breaking world to be rich and famous, you're in the wrong. In the wrong. Hopefully it gets there, but
right. What about dance in general, though? Like, do you think that's a little more sustainable than specifically breaking?
Yeah, it can be. It definitely can be because there's more open to you industry wise.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you make that transition?
I got into a choreo group in Vegas called Culture Shock. Culture Shock has chapters San Diego, Los Angeles, and a bunch of, I'm sure 100 different other places, but
shout out Arnell.
Yeah, shout out Arnell, yeah. So we started doing Culture Shock, and that introduced me to different styles. Also, homies from New York also introduced me to like house dancing, house music, which also was a big transition for me. We started doing house, and I started learning like lock-in and hip-hop choreography, which I learned was super valuable once I got to LA and you start auditioning, because as a B-boy, you're just a specialty. You're kind of,
right.
You know, we have our dancers, and then now it's time for the B-boys, and then you have your little moment and you get out, which means you're probably not paid quite as much as the dancers. And if they have money to burn, then they'll bring on the B-boys. Otherwise, they want to get dancers who are more versatile.
Right.
And so if you can,
everything.
Yeah, if you can come in and I can lock and I can pick up the hip hop choreography, then that makes me a bit more of like a utility vehicle for that production.
Right.
And then the more you're doing and the more valuable you are, obviously the more money you're going to get.